Hello YouTube, it's Forever Explosive, and I came back to another YouTube video. In this YouTube video, I wanted to speak about some real shit, but first, I wanted to say thank you for stopping by. It would be insane if you actually liked this video and subscribed. I know that's like a lot to ask for, but I swear, if you got an account right now and you're logged in, it won't hurt. I'm not even asking for you to put the notifications on. Like, I just want to see that support. You know, like, what? It's not too hard to ask for. Anyways, I wanted to say also with that support, I will be releasing a 2026 10 years of Forever Explosive video. So I'd be getting ready for something like that pretty soon. I'm not going to say how soon because I actually am not going to release on the day that I made the channel. 10 years ago, 2016 is when I started this YouTube channel. But anyways, the first thing I wanted to say was that this video is about to be real. I'm about to talk about some things that I think are important to us and everyone around us when it comes to living a happy and healthy life because of what we eat, drink, all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of things. I can go down this rabbit hole and I could probably be talking for hours and hours and hours. So I've noticed that, especially today, that the smog outside is pretty crazy. I don't know, you know, where I'm from or you don't. It's just how it goes. But if you can pinpoint where all that smog is coming from, you know, good luck because it's all over the United States. But the point is, it's like, yeah, the smog. What the hell? I wake up in the morning and I'm like, man, it must have gotten cold outside. I mean, it was just 90 the other day. And I'm like, that don't seem right. I mean, the first day, yesterday, I had suspicion of the smog. I didn't see the news or anything, but I was like, yo, there's a sort of haze in the far distance, and I'm sure it's probably the smoke. But then when I woke up this morning, it didn't click right away when I looked out the window. I couldn't believe my eyes when I actually looked out the window thinking it was smoke. I was like, no way that's smoke. And then I step outside, and I'm like, it smells awful. And the second I get in my car, I check the air quality index on my weather app, and I'm just like looking, I'm like, hazardous? What the fuck am I doing outside? I was like, alright, well, I gotta go to work, so I gotta drive to work, and I'm sure people are out here, so I'm like, if it was that bad, I'll find out. So, anyways, I still went to work, whatever, and it just like, that smell all day, and then just being outside is just crazy. And I'm thinking like, this is like the start of the end. Like, this is like the apocalyptic shit that is like the signs before the apocalyptic shit. And then I'll be thinking, every species so far on this planet pretty much has been wiped out one way or another over time. And like, if you look at Earth, there's these things called extinction walls, like, that we've labeled them as, I'd say. And it's like, there's like the ice age, then there's like a meteor. So fluctuations of all kinds of things that can come up at certain time periods, it can affect that species, of course, living on this planet. This planet's not perfect, but you know, every day we take for granted like the clear skies and, you know, the clean air. Now everyone's wearing masks. It looks like it's COVID, but I mean, I never really experienced all the smog before, and I'm sure other people in other places in the world have experienced it more, and it's like almost normal. I'm just gonna say though, like, basically we're kind of doing this to ourselves. We just live and just pass it on to like the next generation, and with our growing technology, we're kind of, I think, out advancing ourselves. Like, we're giving the power of these things to ourselves when realistically we can do just fine without half of these things. I'm not saying, oh, get rid of like the needs and things like that. I'm just saying the things that can cause like problems, you know, that we don't need. Everything causes problems though at the end of the day, so I just can't say exactly what will cause problems, but whatever that may be, I know there's things out there we all know can say cause problems and we can agree upon, and we continue to do those things. Point is, from the physics point of view, I kind of look at like the atmosphere and think of how the sun you know, gives us our energy every day to wake up and live. Then when the sun energy and heat given to Earth, we feel warm and comfortable. Yeah, and we don't want to be cold, of course, and we don't want to be we don't want to be super cold. We don't also want to be super hot, but that's just the way Earth can be. I guess saying all of that, I kind of really wanted to kind of predict the future a little bit. I kind of want to put my prediction out there for someone that could be watching this maybe in 100 years, if they're still able to watch these videos. I'd say one thing that I feel like Earth will be in like 100 years is not good, but at least they're able to see this video, because that means like technology is still a thing and you can still access the internet and somehow you can still see this somehow. Point being is, I feel like the way the world is heading, we're gonna be like this gameplay in the background right now. Fallout 4 is about to be real life. I feel like the more we advance, the more we fight, the more we just like blame people for problems, and we're never gonna grow out of that. I feel like that's always just gonna be a part of humankind, and like we're probably gonna mess it up for ourselves. So like basically in 100 years, I'm pretty sure like nature itself will like be different. Like we already see that that we're losing fireflies. Like fireflies are like insane to me, because like yeah, they fucking glow and they fly around and they're pretty chill, but you know, might not ever see them again. I wouldn't doubt that all of the smoke and smog outside right now isn't harming them, and like that smoke is caused from burning trees, and those trees are like from Canada and California and stuff like that. That smoke from those burning trees didn't just burn because they were set fire by someone. They could have been first set by someone, but the thing is that the whole thing just continues to burn. And those trees, you know, is what creates oxygen for people and to breathe, and then you're replacing it with smog, like just carbon dioxide, and then you breathe that in and it's not good. But point being is like, that's just right now. This could be not like this in a week, so it's just how I think of it. But the last thing kind of is like, yeah, like in 100 years, there's just going to be things that probably people now don't think or realize that they're taking for granted, that it's just the natural way of humans, and you know, and we'll be gone. And with that, like, we're going to run out of resources eventually if we don't find a way to generate energy from not natural resources. We need renewable resources that we can just constantly basically create energy from. Now, there's never going to be a ultimate answer to energy like that, because there's not infinite amounts of energy anywhere. But who knows, we can't transform that energy to higher levels, which we can use for a longer duration from a small piece of something, like we do with like nuclear reactions, and taking the nuclear reactions and using that heat for energy. When it comes to energy, we eventually will find a way, but if we don't come up with a way for that to work for all of us, it's going to be hard to survive driving cars without oil and gas for generators, or like, well, oil is the same thing as gas, so just oil in general. That powers everything. Unless it's like we're doing nuclear reactors, no, like solar energy, solar power, stuff like that. And then AI is getting crazy, so we're gonna have to get a hold of that. Apparently we'll know in the next 10 years how that will turn out. So, but anyways, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Like I had mentioned, I'd like to say that you should go check out my 10-year Forever Explosives coming out soon. I don't know how soon yet, because I'm still editing it, it's still in the process, so bear with me. But if you want to stay on tune for that, I'd say turn that notification bell on, you know, because like that's the only way you're going to know when that drops. But anyways, I'd like to say thank you for watching this video. If you've seen it up to this point, you're God tier, and comment down below what you think the world will be like in 100 years. I'd like to know. I'm probably going to make another video like this, and I could probably go on for days. I can get to it down to the exact T what I'm thinking. So, yeah. Alright, peace out.